Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. Today we'll talk about Unit 1, Lesson 1, Motion in One Direction. First, what's meant by motion? When the object changes its position, that's called motion. So motion is the change of the object position as time passes according to another fixed object. The simplest type of motion is motion in one direction in a straight line. So motion in a straight line in one direction, this is called motion, the simplest type of motion. The path of this motion may be straight, curved, or combination of both. For example, motion of train or metro. It's an example for motion in one direction. Why? Because the train or metro moves forward or backward in a straight line, in curved path or straight path or combination of both. To describe the motion or to compare between motion, we use speed. So speed is a physical quantity which is used to describe or to compare motion. To know that, let's imagine if we have two cars, a red and blue car, which of them is faster in the following cases? The first case, if the two cars move for the same period of time, which is 5 seconds. The red car covers distance 100 meters, while the blue car covers distance 50 meters. What do you think? Which of them is faster, the red car or the blue car? Yes, the red car. Why? Because the red car covers large distance, which is 100 meters, in the same 5 seconds. Okay, the next case, the second case. If the two cars move the same period, the same distance, which is 100 meters, in different time. The first car, the red car, covers 100 meters in 5 seconds, while the blue car covers 100 meters in 10 seconds. Which of them is faster? Yes, the red car. Why? Because it takes less time, which is 5 seconds, and to cover the same distance, which is 100 meters. So we have two factors to describe or to mention speed. The first is the distance that the moving body covered and the time taken by the moving body to cover this distance. So we have two factors to describe or to know the meaning of speed: distance and time. Now, can you tell me the meaning of speed? Can you imagine the definition of speed? Yes. Speed is the distance moved through a unit time. We have to know the distance covered by the object and the time taken by the object to cover this distance. We can simplify distance with d, time with t. So speed v equal distance over time. This is the rule of speed. When I want to calculate the speed, we have to know the distance and time. Okay, if I want to calculate distance equal v times t. If I want to calculate time, yes, d over v. From this rule, can you tell me the relation between speed and time? Yes, time and speed is inversely proportional to the time taken when the distance is fixed. Here we have a give reason question. Why? Speed increases by decreasing time. When the speed increases, time decreases. Why? Because speed inversely proportional to the time taken, while speed is directly proportional to the distance. So when speed increases, the distance, yes, also increases. and the relation between them is directly proportional. Okay, now let's know the measuring unit of speed. From the rule we can get the measuring unit of speed. Speed equals distance over time. Can you tell me the measuring unit of distance when I want to measure distance? What is the measuring unit of distance? Yes, meter. Time, yes, seconds. So, distance over time, meter over seconds. The measuring unit of speed is meter per second. Okay, what about how about the distance is larger to be calculated by meter? Yes, we will use kilometer. When the distance is large distance, we use kilometer unit. In this case, we use hours instead of seconds. So the measuring unit here is kilometer per hour. So we have two measuring units of speed, meter per second and kilometer per hour. You have to concentrate, students. When I solve any problem for speed, you have to focus on the measuring unit, the distance and time. When the distance by meter, the time by seconds. When the distance by kilometer, the time by hour. Okay? Now, if I want to convert the measuring unit, let's see. 1 kilometer equal how many meters? Yes, 1000 meters. 1 hour contains 60 times 60 seconds. So 1000 over 60 times 60 equal 10 over 36 equal 5 over 18 meter per second. Concentrate here. If I want to convert the measuring unit from kilometer per hour to meter per second, we multiply 5 over 18. While if I want to convert from meter per second to kilometer per hour, divide 5 over 18. Okay? Now, let's see a problem. A train covers 500 meters in 2 seconds. Find its speed in kilometer per hour. In this problem, we have 2 points. First, we have to get the speed. We have a distance and time. How can we calculate the speed? Yes, speed equal distance over time, 50 over 2. So the result will be 25 meter per second. Why meter per second? Because here in the problem, the distance 50 meters and 2 seconds, the time with seconds. We have to get the speed in kilometer per hour. This is the second part to solve this problem. If I want to convert from meter per second to kilometer per hour, we have to divide over 5 over 18. So we have to get the result and divide 5 over 18. The result will be 90 kilometer per hour. Again, okay, to convert from meter per second to kilometer per hour, we divide 5 over 18. Okay? To convert it from meter per second to kilometer per hour, multiply 5 over 18. Now, let's solve another problem. A runner covers 450 meters in 45 seconds. Find its speed. First, we have to write the rule. What is the rule to get the speed? V equal D over T. The distance here is 450 meters and time 45 seconds. The result will be 10 meter per second. Okay, let's see another problem. If I want to calculate the distance, do you remember from the magic triangle? Yes. A runner runs at a speed of 6 meters per second. Find the distance covered by the runner in 10 seconds. Here in the problem, we have speed, we have time, so we have to get distance. Okay, remember from the rule, speed equal distance over time. If I want to get the distance, we'll find distance equal V times T, speed times time. Okay, and then distance equal 6 meter per second, which is the speed, 10 seconds is the time, and the result will be 60 what? Yes, 60 meters, because we get distance here. If I want to calculate the speed, its measuring unit is what? Yes, meter per second or kilometer per hour according to the problem. While here, when I get distance, concentrate, the result will be 60 meters. Okay, focus on the measuring unit and don't forget. Now, let's see another problem. What's meant by question? What's meant by question? It's a new type of questions. Okay, we will talk about this here. What's meant by question? A car moves at a speed of 120 km per hour. What's meant by question? It's not a definition. It's a definition with given number. Okay, as we solve the problem, just we write words to solve this problem. What's meant by speed equal 120 km per hour? First, what's meant by speed? Yes, speed is the distance covered by a body in a unit time. Here, the speed equal 150. So we have to say the definition of a speed with a given number. Yes, let's see. That means the car covers a distance 120 km in 1 hour. When the question, a car moves at speed 120 km, what does it mean? It means the speed equal distance over time. So we have to say the definition of a speed with the given number that we have as the following. That the car moves at speed 120 km per hour. That means 120 km is the distance. In 1 hour, this is the time. So the answer is this means we have to start with this word. This means that the car moves a distance of 120 km in 1 hour. Next question. This is another type. A train covers a distance of 150 km in 2 hours. From this question, can you tell me the difference between the first question and the second question? The first, speed equal 150 km, direct. While the next one, distance of 150 km in 2 hours. So here we have to calculate first the speed and then we answer what's meant by question. How? Let's see. First, we have to say V equal D over T. 150 distance over 2 hours, which is the time, equals 75 km per hour. So first we have to solve the problem as any problem and then write what does it mean. That means the train moves at speed equal what? 75 km. So the difference between the two questions, here we have the speed, while in the second question we have distance and time. So we have to get first the speed and then we say it moved with speed 75 km per hour. Okay, what's meant by the speed of the car equal 0? What does it mean? We have no speed. The speed of car equal 0, it means that the car is at rest and it doesn't move. We have a tool called speedometer. Cars and airplanes are provided with speedometer to calculate the speed directly for car or any planes. Thank you, dear students.